Today's talk is called The Problem with Solutions. It might sound strange to say, but the fact is humans love problems. They love their problems and they hate solutions. So naturally enough, if you love your problems, the last thing you want to hear is a solution to those, because then you don't have those problems anymore. It's very strange because people spend vast amounts of their waking life talking about problems and posing solutions to those problems. But it's kind of like this collective thought process that everybody agrees on what the problems are, and they also agree on the solutions. But these are all collective things that nobody individually takes responsibility for or willing to defend their position. So it's the ultimate groupthink, the collective religion, and everybody adheres to that. And if you dissent from that, you are quite literally a heretic to the common discourse. We love to talk around problems. And what is it? What is the reason for this? And to be honest, that's one thing I don't have a solution for. I don't think anybody does. Because you can't properly describe something that's infinite, which is a human being. You can't describe a human being, really. Even though, technologists would try to, and they think you can upload your personality to a computer. That's not going to happen, because a computer is finite. Even the universe is finite, whereas human imagination is infinite. To talk about some examples, like during the pandemic, people were prepared to lock themselves away, put on masks, stay distant from each other, not worry about getting sunlight or fresh air or exercise, and stay in a constant state of fear and panic and bad news. So all the like, to describe, to outline these things, they're they're like self-explanatory problems, but people mix them up as solutions. Like, they're problems. Like, being locked in your house is a problem. Not getting fresh air, breathing in your own shit because you've blocked your airways is a problem. It's not a solution. So it's a crazy time where that was a crazy time where reality got just completely flipped in so many ways, and you had supposedly otherwise intelligent people going for it and doing something that's obviously dangerous. Like, it was obviously dangerous to take the COVID vaccines, and you could write down a million reasons why, but all you need is to pick a good reason and go with that. To my mind, the biggest good reason to not take the vaccine was the fact that it wasn't tested for long enough. It takes 10 years to test a conventional vaccine. This wasn't, and this wasn't even a vaccine. This is new technology. So it's not even a vaccine. It's experimental treatment, experimental substance for emergency use only. Like, if a normal product takes 10 years to test, this is a new type of product. It should take 20 years to test, 30 maybe, I don't know, 50. People were proposing that somehow they had compressed time itself. Nobody mentioned that they had a time compressor to do this, but somehow they had compressed time itself. But otherwise intelligent people were believing this stuff, and they still do, which to me begs the question, well, are they really that intelligent? I mean, if you're a PhD, if you're a professor of whatever, you take the COVID vaccine, surely intelligence involves the very idea that you know how to take actions to not, kill yourself or seriously injure yourself, that you're good at making decisions that avoid death and injury. When it's obvious, you can take risks, and it's, if you know the risks in something, yeah, you might die or whatever. That doesn't mean you're stupid. It just means you're a risk taker. But if your reason for doing something is actually to extend your life, but by doing that thing you end up shortening your life, or making your life miserable potentially, then I don't think you can claim to be an intelligent person, or that's not an intelligent thing to do. But then again, when it comes to intelligence, I think people decide to be stupid more than they are stupid. I think if you've got a reasonable kind of ability to string thoughts together, that you can decide to be smart. You can certainly be a lot smarter by just deciding to be smarter. So I was going to talk about a few other examples of problems that people love and solutions people hate. And one very big one is the topic of government. A lot of people think that, even with everything that's going on these days, that government it's not perfect, and but it's the only solution we have for civilized society to function. So I'm going to maybe in the next video, make the very foolish move of clearly describing the problems of government and proposing a solution to those problems. If you find yourself outraged at the idea of doing that, then you're displaying the characteristics that I've just been, I've spent the last however long describing. So we all need to, every now and again, take a deep breath and do a little bit of introspection and see, could I do a better job interacting with reality and interacting with other people? We all need to do that every now and again. So I think the next talk I'm going to do is on the topic of government, proposing a solution to that problem based on the thoughts and writing and work of lots of people who are a lot smarter than I am. And all I'm able to do is, I like to try and take good ideas and put them, maybe describe them in a new way, and try to maybe clarify them or put them in a context that people can relate to. That's what I'm going to do for the next video, and hopefully you found this interesting. You can tell me if you didn't. That then would be my problem, and your solution would be what you put in the comments. In any case, thanks for listening, and hope to talk to you next time. Bye for now.